Okay, so today's video is going to be about a topic that is super important for many of you because it has to do with your lifestyles. And that is, what do you do after a cheat meal? In my case, a Cheeto meal. Cheating on a keto style diet, but really having a fun meal that is definitely not on track in any way, shape, or form. You might have done it intentionally or unintentionally, but what do you do the next day? As you'll see in my previous vlog here, you can see that last night after the Make-A-Wish block party that we had at HPN, Nick and I had a Cheeto meal. We ordered pizza and we had a nothing bun cake and it was incredible. We enjoyed every bite of it and have no regret. However, the next day, one of the most frequent questions from clients and from people who just follow along is, what do I do to get back on track? I had a fun meal, but now I want to get back on track. I'm going to show you what I do today. And the first thing I'm doing, as you can see, is my laundry. And that's a metaphor because what you need to do is just get back into your routine. That is the heart of the message that I want to share with you today. You just need to get back on your routine. So I'm going to show you how exactly I get back onto my routine after having had a cheat meal, a fun meal, a free meal, whatever you want to call it. The first thing I do is I actually wait a little bit later in the day, hopefully, to eat. And so being that it's a Sunday, it works out great. Went to church this morning with Nick, did some work, got some things out of the way. It's about noon now. So that meal has had a solid 12 hours to digest and run through my body. I've drank plenty of water. Now I'm doing the laundry. I've got that going, something I need to get done for the day. And now I'm gonna go start the day. I'm gonna go start the day in the sense of my eating routine. And I'm gonna show you everything that I do along the way and then show you my training session too, which hopefully turns out to be pretty good. Put those extra calories to use. So first things first, after we're recovering from our Cheeto meal, we have to have the supplements dialed in. I take the same thing every day when I wake up, but I'm just gonna show you for the record. I am taking M6, which I already put the bottle away for, PA7, coming back in stock tomorrow. We've been out of stock so long that I'm down to the nitty gritty on my last Believer bottle, and NR. So I'm taking those 5 capsules of PA7s, the clinical dosage, 2 NR and 2 M6. I'm gonna take those real quick, and then I'm gonna make my coffee that I know you all are familiar with, but I'm gonna show you again. Once again, the heart of what you're gonna see today is that I advise that you just get back on track. What you want to avoid, that Nick and I were talking about earlier today, is the risk of a Cheeto meal aftershock. Now you're in the zone where you just need to move past it and get back on track. Because one bad meal doesn't usually do too much damage. 2 or 3 can definitely do a lot of damage. It becomes very difficult, if not impossible, to undo that caloric surplus. So you need to get back on track. Nick, what are you doing?
Back on track, staying hydrated, and eating my greens. Eat my fats and meat.
That is one tip that I think both of us agree with, that you should definitely get that water intake extra high the next day. Just keep everything moving, get extra hydrated. That'll help with some of the satiation too and some of the cravings that you may be feeling as that psychological flashback is still in your head from the previous meal. Make sure you stay hydrated. All right, ritual's ready. I'll tell you what, there is nothing I look forward to more than drinking my ritual.
It's so amazing.
I'll put the link down to it below. For this video only, since I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about Ritual, I'm actually gonna put a discount for Ritual, so if you haven't tried it, at least you can try it in my description box below, so you can use that on the Ambrosia website.
Take advantage.
Let's get into the training. Nick and I are gonna go train at Self-Made Gym in a little bit. Fortunately, we can get in there and I think we're gonna have a badass workout. We can even set the music to whatever we want too. Jay showed me how. Yeah, so we'll be listening to Disney songs. Training for today, it's gonna be lower body, deadlifts. This is our warm-ups, and then we're going into the actual deadlift session. We're gonna do a couple of sets of 8 for acclimation. Then we go all out. 365 pounds is the weight this week. The number of days there are in a year. I don't know what the correlation is, but I do know that this is gonna be a great workout because we're gonna do 2 sets of 4 reps, and then our favorite, we're all into these lately, we're doing an AMRAP set. That's where we do as many reps as possible until absolute failure. It's a great intensity technique for us to get the most out of the set and the exercise without having to do 5 sets, 10 sets to do it. So we're gonna be giving it everything we got on that 365 set. Then we just have a little bit more hamstring volume and glute volume to round out the workout. So I'm gonna finish this coffee up real quick. Actually, I'm not gonna do it too quickly because I wanna enjoy every sip of it. But finish this up and then head over to Self-Made. See you there. All right, we're here at Self-Made. They're doing their little photo shoot over there. I don't know exactly what's going on, but we're so lucky to be able to train here, have this badass gym to ourselves, more or less. We're gonna get our deadlifts in, get going. I won't film the warm up, but we're gonna do some jump squats, reverse lunges, and some banded hip extensions to get loose, and we'll get right into the deadlifts. I will show you our AMRAP sets on the deadlift, so stay tuned for that. All right, we're all warmed up, maybe a little too warmed up. We did the world's greatest stretch. We did banded hip extensions, reverse lunges, and jump squat. Now I see a lot of people when they do jump squats, they barely get off the ground. They barely even make it. They look like they wouldn't even clear a centipede. You have to jump when you do jump squats. You have to get off the ground. I'm actually gonna have Nick film one rep real quick so you can see Jay. A big part of the jump squat is using your hands. You want to throw them behind you as you descend and throw them upwards as you come up to generate force. You want to get the hips really hinging backwards and generate a lot of force forwards. This will propel you up into the air. Here we go. When you do jump squats, you have to get as high off the ground as you possibly can. Your goal is to jump through the fucking ceiling. If you do it correctly, you'll get better at generating force for your entire lower body, and it will translate to this bar, which we're about to do right now. You sure showed them.
It's weird, I never do like touch and go, I always stop.
Yeah. It's hard on your grip when you do with no straps. All right, I'm gonna do one more set of 4, then I'll be back with you for the AMRAP. All right, all the warm-ups are done. The movement prep is done. It's time for AMRAP. As many reps as possible. I could have probably got 1 or 2 more, but my grip gave out, which is sad considering I was using straps, but that's what happened. But I did give it everything I had. That's for damn sure. I told you, this guy is such an asshole. He can never just let someone have a good set, or he's gotta step in and ruin it and outdo them.
I wouldn't have done that if he didn't go first. I had to keep going because I know he wanted to keep I can't even speak. I know he wanted me to keep going.
All right, next up is dumbbell stiff leg deadlifts. I gotta say, these dumbbells are like shiny new toys for someone who likes working out. All right, slight audible. That 90 pounds, I did 15 reps. It was a little bit too easy. So I'm actually gonna increase my weight to 95 pounds for 12 reps for my last set. Let's go. All right, now we're really into the accessory movement. 2 things left. We have plate loaded hip extensions. Help really work on that thrust, you know what I mean? You need that, whether it's for deadlifts or for midnight deadlifts or the midnight motion. So they call it this, the midnight motion.
Nature's mating call.
Yeah, you need it. You need to be able to have a strong hip thrust. So do it plate loaded. You can obviously do it with a barbell as well, but I enjoy this version a little bit more. I get better muscle activation because the point of pressure is spread out across the plate rather than all in the thin surface area of the barbell. So I enjoy this more. Then calves and we're done. I'm just gonna show you guys these 2 sets real quick in case you wanna incorporate these movements into your routine. But more specifically, what you should do is click the link in my description box and go download the build or the burn, depending on your goal, free monthly workout. We handle everything for you. Fuck, why wouldn't you do it? It's free, no ads, nothing. All we wanna do is help you reach your goals. The most common question I get from these is actually, how do you bail out after you're done if you don't have a partner? Well, you just saw me do it. I loaded them all from the bench onto my lap, and then when I was done, I simply tilted my hips to one side or the other. Obviously, you want to make sure no one's right next to you. You don't want to break anyone's foot, but tilt your hips one side or the other and dump the weight off you. Good to go. You can do this by yourself. You don't have to have a partner, though it does make it easier. Now, if you can make eye contact. You can make eye contact with someone while you do this who's in front of you. A girl, preferably, or a guy. Whatever you're interested in, that's even better. Look at those calves. Look at those cows. Look at those cows.
The cows.
These aren't even cows. They don't qualify. What I got is cows. Weight training session is done. Nick, what was different about today's weight training session from a normal session that we do? I'll answer. Nothing. All right, back at the house. As we were saying, with the workout on the day after you have a cheat meal, nothing particularly needs to change. Isn't that right? You just use the motivation of knowing you had a little bit of extra calories to work with to have a badass training session to push yourself to the absolute limit. We went in, we went hard, we got it done. I did 20 minutes of cardio. Nick just kind of moved around a little bit extra, and that's it. So the training's done. Now, talking about my post-workout smoothie, which is my 1 serving of carbohydrate for the day, as some of you know, I'm gonna make one tiny change to this. Rather than having a full frozen banana, I have them in the freezer ready to go, I'm just gonna have a half. The only difference that you're gonna see in this shake is that I'm not going to put the banana or the serving of fruit that I normally put in, and this is because I want to get back into ketosis faster. I want my body to be operating like it normally does. So since I had a pretty large influx of glucose last night with the pizza and the bundt cake that Nick and I had, I blame Nick for that. He won the silent auction, we had to bring it home. But with that 200-300 grams of sugar that we had, I want to get back into ketosis and get back to operating as normal. And so I'm not going to put the banana in, but I am going to have Pro Zero, scoop and a half. I'm going to go with a full scoop of banana maple French toast, half scoop of cinnamon roll, new combo. That's banana maple cinnamon roll. That's what I'm calling it. 3 scoops of overtraining solution, almond butter, no banana, and I already put the coconut almond milk in. So smoothie, business as normal. The point of this is not to restrict nutritional intake the next day. It's to set yourself up to get back on track as quickly as possible, to feel as normal as possible, and to remind yourself that you're not punishing yourself and you didn't do anything wrong. You're just making slight adjustments to optimize the next day. And that's the take-home message from this entire vlog. So I'm gonna mix up my smoothie and be back in a second. Smoothie time. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Pro Zero is the best tasting plant-based protein
on the planet.
On the planet. So that's it, guys. That's gonna wrap up this video. That is how you should approach the day after a cheat meal, after a Cheeto meal, after any kind of a meal where you were not on track and you kind of went off the wagon a little bit. This is how you can take on the next day and implement a strategy to get yourself realigned with your goals as quickly as possible. Quick summary. Nick, what's the first thing that they should do when they wake up?
Get hydrated. Drink plenty of water.
I agree with that. Get hydrated. Take your normal daily supplements, the things that you rely on a daily basis. And the point being that you want to get back into your routine on that end. Get your workout in. Maybe make a small adjustment to your pre-workout meal. You probably have plenty of glycogen, so if you eat carbohydrates regularly, you probably don't need as much. If you are on a fat-based approach like Nick and I, you probably just want to take in slightly less fat, but if you use a ketone supplement like Ritual, it can help get your body back into ketosis faster. Have a great workout. No need to add extra volume. Do your cardio or conditioning if you normally do so. If you don't, then don't. Maybe you want to add in 10 minutes to get a little bit of blood moving extra, but you could do that right when you wake up too, right in the morning. Stay hydrated, and then when you come to do your post-workout shake, again, just a slight reduction in carbohydrates. For me, I only have a small amount, so I just left it out completely. But if you do have, like, let's say 40 grams, 50 grams in your post-workout meal or shake, maybe you want to cut that in half and just go down to 20. If you have 100, maybe go down to 50. And then that is it. No more adjustments. You don't need to do anything else. The rest of the caloric surplus will disperse itself over the next few days, and it will end up to have been not a big deal. Agreed?
Fully.
So get back on track. Remind yourself why you live this lifestyle. If you don't have a strong connection with why you live this lifestyle in the first place, you'll find that you have almost an impossible time staying on track. But if you do, if you know about what it is that motivates you and why you're doing this, then it should be no problem to remind yourself of those key points and get back on track. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching.